I'm just curious more so about the privacy aspect. I mean, that was really being sold when crypto. I mean, I don't know if it still is, but it was when I got into it. And the privacy element, if we're going to be in a world where we're moving cryptocurrency to move value as sort of mainstream function, then I just want to make sure that I'm anonymous from everybody in the government, maybe not the government. Okay, so that we can do that kind of today. So we move away from these mixers to what ZK snarks, because there's like three tiers, right? There's people that don't care and they want to show everybody what they're spending money on. Fine, that exists. There's people like me that want to be anonymous from everybody, but if the government has to see it, I have to show them anyway. So that's okay. But then there's the governments themselves that can't let anybody or anything see. That's dangerous in itself, but that exists today anyway. So it's not going to change. So I'm just curious more so on that third tier. Is that I mean, out of these mixers, it seems like they'll become either illegal or something will happen where they'll be used less. So for that third tier though, I'm curious, what is the privacy for the second and third, I should say? Do you guys have any ideas on what that privacy will look like?
I think for the second tier, where it's the government can see it, but no, like you don't want your friends to see it. Um, I think you can reach roughly that level even today just by like using different wallet addresses. Like it is incredibly difficult, for instance, to tie 10 different wallet addresses together. Even if you're like clicking around on Etherscan, you have to like click all the way back to the original source and like see, okay, well, this came from like Coinbase. I have no idea if this is the same Coinbase account that funded these other 5 accounts, for instance. If you're the government, you can like request that information. You can figure it out. If you have enough resources and time, you can piece it all back together, but it's practically impossible. So that kind of gives you that tier two. Then I think for tier three, governments are roughly going to keep doing what they're doing. Hopefully they switch to a blockchain model instead of like ECH payments, for instance, because that's crazy. But it could just be a private blockchain that they control, so nobody else can read the transaction history.
So nothing with that like ZK snarks and all that, kind of, because that would be nice. I mean, look, I don't want to have 10 addresses. I would love to have my, Steven .eth and use that for everything. But then when I want to use, if I want to use that, if I just want to show a transaction on the blockchain, the problem is it's going to show that hash of 0x whatever. And that's always going to tie back.
Well, so even today, so like I've done this myself, for instance, like just to like try it out. Like you could have Steven.eth, right? You send it to an exchange and then you withdraw from that exchange to a different address. That's effectively using the exchange as a mixer. And you can now purchase something with that new address. And there's no public tie, but the exchange is going to know about it.